Hello everyone! Back for another K-drama review. This time, Haereul Poomeun Dal, which is the moon that embraces the sun. One that was suggested to me by a couple of my students, actually, which at the time I didn't question, but as I went more and more through it, I began to just be really surprised that they were as into it as they sounded like, because it's a pretty it's okay. I'll just say it. This one is very much a romance. It has a lot of other factors and a lot of other genres mixed in, but at its core, it is a romance. It's the story of a young girl whose life and memories are taken from her at an early age, immediately following her being betrothed to the prince of Joseon, and it's all because of the scheming and manipulation of a few people to put this other girl as the betrothed to the prince, the future king. So we have the obligatory first few episodes where the main characters are played by child actors, and I'll be honest, I was pretty disappointed when we switched to the adults. I'm fairly sure I prefer the young actors to the adult actors. I mean, only marginally. I still enjoyed the adults, but if I could have, I would have watched the entire show with the youth portraying the characters instead of the adults. But oh well, that's life. This one, like I say, it's somewhere in the middle between the prior two, Sung Kyung Kwan Scandal and what did I watch last time? Burigipan Namu, The Tree with Deep Roots, because you have the definite comedy on one side and definite tragedy on the other, whereas this one's, I mean, it's tragic, it's comedic, especially at the beginning, with the first few episodes is particularly humorous, but then gets more and more serious, but is not the tragedy that Burigipan Namu was. You have, we have some rough times, but overall it's just a story. It's a romance story where everybody's got rough spots and everybody goes through different things, and such as the other. Although I will say, of course, my favorite character is the one who has a full-on tragic, sucks to be him experience, and of course, that was my favorite character. So I won't tell you who that is if you don't want to spoil it, but yeah, figures the one that I choose would be the one that gets screwed the hardest. Now, yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed this. Is a tearjerker in a lot of moments. A lot of times it really just set my waterworks going, and I was impressed with just how effective it was in that regard. It has a good chunk of kind of a supernatural element to it, which also I enjoyed. And let's see here. Yeah, I mean, this is a good one. I would suggest it to anyone who's not looking, or who's looking for anything other than like pure action, because it's not very action heavy. It has some, but it's definitely not anything like the previous one was. And the political manipulation and scheming and such, it is a fair amount of that. Honestly, the core of the story is the struggle to know yourself, to know another person. In this instance, I mean, pretty blatantly, because it's a character who doesn't remember who she is, and it's characters who remember who she was and are uncertain in their minds about whether this person is the same one that they knew before, and what their feelings about that are, and it's really the story of how all that works out. So yeah, I mean, thumbs up. I really enjoyed this one. I would, yeah, I would suggest it to anyone who has an interest in the historical period dramas, Korean period dramas. If you're not into the historical stories, then yeah, I mean, you'd have to be a fan of romance to really pick it up. But I mean, if you do enjoy those historicals, and you don't mind romance, this is a good one. Next, I'm up on my K-drama watching. I've chosen a non-historical story. Now, granted, it's not the normal modern K-drama. I've chosen The King Two Hearts, which is a alternate timeline of a Korea where the southern portion of Korea is a constitutional monarchy. The Joseon dynasty was never brought down, and continues into modern times. And it is the story of a North Korea and a South Korea that are much closer to unification than what is the case today. And that really, I'm a sucker for modern fantasy type things and alternate timeline stories. So when I saw that that's what that was, I couldn't resist it. I'm a couple episodes in, and from everything I read and what I've seen so far, pretty sure I will enjoy it. And hopefully I will still be in Korea when I finish that and have a chance to send one more of these out. And if not, of course I can still give a review from the States. But anyway, that's what's up on my plate next. And alright, y'all be good, take care. We'll see you next time.